War Weirdos. It's Brian again. And it is another Weird War Wednesday. Just got home from work. I'm going to jump in and do our crazy look through another catalog of possibilities. Okay, so let's check this shit out. So I've chosen to check. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I have never been to this website before, but I know who they are. Wargames Atlantic. There you go. I know a lot of you guys. I like Wargames Atlantic because they do all like, you know, proxy shit and their own whatever. So it's the perfect fucking company to jump into and you know figure out what the fuck you want to use your Weird War II, how you want to play it with their big line. Now I don't know anything about their pricing, so we're gonna find out together. All right, so I guess we're just gonna jump in here. Let's go to the new releases. See what we got going on. Now, again, I'm not sponsored by Wargame Atlantic. If they want to get it for free, I'll use it. All right, so let's look at. It looks like we got Napoleonic shit, Sorcerer Oils. Wow. That's a chunk of change. $38 for knick-knack shit. All right, so there's that. Let's see if there's anything that... Oh, they got the Coors War. That's pretty cool. I remember there's Pulp Event. That's modern-day stuff. There's some medieval French, some modern-day civilians, some Jap stuff, Coors War stuff. Operate... Man, okay, these are... So, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Again, I've never been to this site before. I've never bought any of these products before. I've seen them. I've seen a lot of people use them. But their prices... Hey, nerd, what's up, girl? Good to see you. So, guys, if Nerd just released a couple new STLs, she did a Soviet AA vehicle. And then she did the M3 Lee, which is cool. Early war stuff. If you play straight World War II, that's North Africa for you right there. You can give it to the Brits and the Americana. That'd be cool. Weird War. You know, I was thinking about. So in my Weird War II timeline and whatever, I was thinking about like, because you know. The Brits get fucked. The Commonwealth collapses, and the Brits are out of the war in a bad way. And I won't. It's a mystical, supernatural way, and I'll tell you guys when we get there. But so it's like I need to do some historical research about the Sherman and the M4. That's it. The Tortoise and the Tog 2. Oh, really? You got some new ones up there. Sweet. Everybody, run over to Nerd's site real quick. Get that free shit. Print. I actually printed up. You're not really early war stuff, but I've been because I'm about to do French Indochina. The Monbai mutiny in 1930. They get crushed, but in my World War II they don't. But I needed to get some like French like armored cars of the day, and finding 1930s French fucking armored vehicles. Except for the FT1 and the FT17. And I'm going to have a platoon of those. Or I'm going to have, maybe there might be a company in all of Indochina. Because, you know, they're not going to send like big old bunch of armor to fucking Vietnam. Because there's just really no need. But they will have armored cars and shit. So anyway, I picked up some armored car STLs. I'm printing up right now. So that should be pretty cool. Some early war French stuff. I don't even know what the hell they're called. Just they almost look like the little scout. They almost look like the little American combat cars. Remember the M2 combat car? That's the turret to this thing. It's just a machine gun, and it's a half track vehicle. It's like a 2-man like small half track. It's weird. I don't have the holes are being printed right now, but it's just they're like little bitty half track. I can't really see that shit, but. Anyway, but that's pretty cool. I printed up Cap Wolf. So all you K-47 nuts, there you go. Cap got bit by one of those German werewolves. Now he's a werewolf himself with super soldier serum. And kick some ass. Crab wolf. Pretty cool. I'll do a shit on my table video. But anyway, so nerd, we are jumping into Wargames Atlantic. I've never been to their website before. I know who they are. I know what they make. A lot of stuff. But I'm looking at their prices. And again, guys, I am not like a retail kind of guy anymore. Now I got my 3D printer, and I know nerd now. I don't need to buy retail. Just print shit. The only thing that is lacking would be minis. You know, a lot of these guys selling STL minis are like selling like 40K prices. I mean, I guess, man, you can make as many as you want, but I'm not dumping fucking $30 for some character model STL. I'm just not gonna fucking do it. Just HS, what's up, buddy? I do. Oh yeah, get a little. Oh, I thought you meant Little Red Riding Hood, like the anti-tank guided missile. That's what they called the X7. Was it the X7? The Little Red Riding Hood, the first real like land launched anti-tank guided missile. It's called the Little Red Riding Hood. Crazy. Nerd, you did some modifications on some of your German shit to house the Little Red Riding Hood. That's pretty sweet. Just imagine it's like, guys, if just imagine it's like a BMP-1 with a Sagger on top of it. Instead of that, you've got like a, I think would you put it on, a Panzer IV or maybe a Panther? Maybe a Panzer IV, maybe a Stug. I think you did a Stug where you could, you know, the crew just loads the missile on top of the hull and they launch it. But yeah, that's fucking awesome. All right. We're going to run over to and check out the Wargames Atlantic site. Again, I've never been here. This is my first time. I'm looking at the prices. Again, I wouldn't pay these prices, but again, I don't pay retail. So these are, I don't know if these are good or bad prices, but they do have a big selection of shit. Yeah, wire-guided missiles, man. I mean, I got rules for them, and they're just, I don't know. I mean, they're game mechanic wise. I mean, I guess you're going off. I use morale, like, you know, Battleground. I mean, the kind of modified Battleground. Everything is rolled off their morale. So instead of, I don't know, I do that anyway, but I'm not sure what the difference. It's just a badass fucking piece of kit. Blow the hell out of anything that's on the field. Okay, let's jump into the war game. I can't be able to. I'll come in and out of the chat because I can't see it on my screen. I'll just see the. But you hopefully let me know if you guys see the Wargames Atlantic screen when I get there. So, but that's interesting. They got the Cores War. I didn't know that they were doing. The guy who, when I had my miniatures company, What the Miniatures, the sculptor that I hired was Aaron Brown of Black Crab Studios. And he was the guy who actually sculpted all of the core stuff, the original medals. Now, I want to say that was Zombie Smith. Originally, Zombie Smith was the guys who did the Cores War. And Aaron did all their initial like 20 or 50 zombies for the company. And then they started doing that core stuff. And Aaron did all the core. But now they got, I guess, plastics. That's cool. The core are kind of cool. They always kind of reminds me of like Skekskis, with a Skekski, whatever. From let's see, Trench Missionary. What the fuck? Trench Missionaries. I guess that's like that. Let's go to these are just new releases. Death Fields Arena. That doesn't sound like. Let's go to Sci-Fi Ranges. Let's check out the Sci-Fi Ranges. See what we got. If we can use anything for. That didn't show me shit. Oh, here we go. Core. Core won't work for Weird. I guess you could use it as an alien. What the fuck happened here? Where the hell is the? What did I push? Oh, here we go. Fuck. I'm pushing push. I'm pushing buttons going down. Won't let me fucking can't. What the fuck's going on here? Maybe if I just go to one of these, it'll take me to. Well, fuck. That's not what I want. Why is it fucking? I hate the website already. It's not working for me. I'm trying to click on the shit, but it's not letting me. There we go. We'll check out Pulp Adventure. See what that's about. Pulp Adventure. Zombies. I don't know, man. $45 for how many zombies? Shit ton. 30. I guess that's okay. I don't know. They look at modern day zombies, but whatever. You can make that shit work. These are all like modern day shit. Pulp. It's like, what the fuck? It's all like modern. Well, that's not my vibe, man. My pulp is like Grindhouse and War II. Where the fuck? I don't know how this thing works. What is all this shit? Where to buy? Release. Where's the fuck? I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to. It's not letting me do anything. It knows I'm giving them shitty review. WA Digital. I don't know what the fuck that is. Those are rule books. I don't necessarily want to check out the rule book. Let's go WA Digital, whatever that is. I guess maybe these are STL stuff. Digital partners. There's all what's their faces? Fucking the Canadian dude and Adam, Uncle Adam, whatever the fuck, guy living in his basement, whatever. That dude, his little story, little one banger, one page rules or whatever. I don't know what that fuck is anyway. All right, Grand Battle Scale. That's probably small. That's tools, general, whatever that word is. Let's see what this is. All right, bases, dead animal bits. Okay, well there's something. $38 for dead animal bits. Horses. Well, you know, you can use horses. They don't look like they're let's see what these look like. They don't look like they're saddled. Which is fine, I guess. Blankets on them. So I guess they do in North American because you know the saddle horn on it. Anyway, $40 for horses. You get them on Colts for free. Marker. Let's see. Bases. What was it? Here's Weird War. Oh, here we go. Weird War conversions. 20 bones. Let's see what they got. Now, I want to say I've seen this somewhere. Someone was telling me this conversion bits. Okay, let's see what we get. All right, guys. I don't know if you guys can see that stuff, but let's check it out. Well, it looks like some weird heads and like gladiator stuff. That doesn't look really Weird War. What the fuck is this? There's like a bug. Maybe these are like giant maggots or something. Where looks like some sort of like, I don't know, those giant rats. How is that Weird War? I mean, I guess I can't anything really. There you go. There's a weird something or other. It's not Weird War anything, man. The kit, I don't recognize the kit on it. Oh no, that's kind of cool. Little whatever maggot monsters. Ratman. There's a guy with a Luger and a tentacle. He's got some K-47 ammo pouches on. I don't know. Or yeah, Car 98. Excuse me, Car 98 ammo pouches. I don't know. I do not give it my seal of approval. Not for fucking $20. Let's see. Light horses, sorcerers. I don't know, guys. Nope, not my thing. Let's see what World Wars range. All right, World Ablaze, World War II. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. Let me check on the. Let's see. Nerd said Dark Crystal. That's it. The Skeksis. Yeah, that was. I saw that. I saw that in the theater, guys. That scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Those giant the crab monster guy, like the soldiers of the Skeksis. Dude, those things scared the hell out of me as a kid. All right, Nerd says Deathfield has some fantastic models, but I think it held back by its need to 40k proxy stuff. World of Blaze, that's what you just said. No weirdness. They got some partisans. Okay. Weird War of the Roses. That's kind of cool. I'd say it's cool. I like the weird is really infiltrating in almost all the historical time frames, which is cool. It's good to see other times, other conflicts breaking weird. All right, World of Blaze. Those look like I don't know what the fuck those are. Are those beanies or something? Let's see what we got. We got partisans. So Nerd says she dig the partisans. That's one thing that armed civilians could be tricky at times. Let's see what we got. Oh, those look pretty cool. Oh yeah, those look really good. Let's see what we got. We got dudes with there's an MP40, there's a Bren, C96, there's a Sten, there's another MP40. I don't know what this is. On whoever's doing their paint jobs, looks pretty cool. Yeah, those those would be pretty good. They don't necessarily because it's so funny because a lot of times, when people make the resistance soldiers, they assume it's the French resistance, so they give them like fucking beanie or berets and shit. But I guess they have a mixture of hats and heads and stuff, so that's pretty cool. So let's see me is it this thing. Again, 32 partisans. And I guess this one's the French resistance. Okay. So this is specifically French resistance. Yeah, I didn't see any real Soviet stuff on there. That's pretty cool. How much was that one? That was $40. I guess that's okay. Panzer Lear. Ooh, the fancy division with their double-breasted suit jackets. Italians. I need to get some Italians, man. I bought some Italian. I bought like a platoon of Italian STLs for I think I paid like $15 for but yeah, for $15 I can do like a whole platoon. They got like support weapons and all HQ. These are cool. Oh no, let's see. They look a little different. Huh. What is this weird field cap? That's a weird field cap. I don't think I've seen. Huh. See, that's one thing about a lot of these companies that are just making proxy stuff. It makes me kind of it's that's an actual Italian grenade. That's interesting. Yeah, that's cool. They got weird looking grenades. They're almost like canister grenades. Let's see what we got. This is just basic. I don't know about those helmets. Those look kind of weird. Hell to work. Shit. I'm being picky. And then there's those fascist motherfuckers. The mountain troops have the Bellas. I can't say the word. That's pretty cool. Those look good. They got the SMG, the Beretta. Yeah, those are pretty cool. I don't know about those helmets though. I'm not familiar with the Italians, I guess, enough to say if those helmets look accurate or not. We got German sentries, huh? Uh-oh. The desert's red because they're doomed to be murdered by British commandos sneaking up on them. A great movie, guys. If you want a great Weird War II movie, is Top Secret. If you need like, if you got like a POW came field police here, and you got an officer. That's pretty cool. What about that hat? That's a big ass hat. That's not bad. And I think all these are all running at about 40. Yeah, everything's about $40. So I guess that's okay. For a bunch of dudes, that's not bad. SAS Commandos, French early war, French. So World War One and early World War II French. Ooh, what do we got here? We got some. Looks like we got some colonial troop heads in this French pack. That's what I need to do because I'm going to start all those colonial troops hammering at each other. That's pretty cool. Well, this guy's got a gas mask on. That's kind of cool. Yeah, those are good. I like those. And there's that weird fucking. I can't remember what their LMG was at the time. Wasn't this an American design right here? Maybe not. I thought they were all using Brownings during World War II, at least. Like the BARs. Yeah, those are good. There we go. There's a colonial dude. That's nice. Yeah, I dig those. Those are cool. I mean, that what is that? How many they give you? They give you 30. That's like a platoon, an infantry platoon, roughly. There's no heavy weapons, though. I don't think. Like support weapons. That's how. So, me personally, guys, if I own a miniatures company again, I'm doing shit like this. I would sell shit in platoons, medics, fucking comms guys, whatever. But I don't know. Here's 36 soldiers. Have at it. I guess that's cool. Yeah, those aren't bad. I dig some of those. I dig the French and the partisans were cool. Is that all of them? Okay, that's just that one. No, I think I looked at them all, didn't I? I hate this interface. It's not working well for me. All right, what else we got here? They don't have. I thought they had huge. I thought they had like Romanians and fucking Norwegians and all sorts of shit. I guess they don't. But yeah, there's some pretty good stuff there. And again, we've seen Brits, the Commandos, and all that shit. But this is just the rarer stuff I'm kind of interested in looking at. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's check out the chat. I watched. So it's not War of the Roses, but I watched. Surprisingly, I have never seen it. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I watched Waterloo, the 1960s fucking movie, and that thing was fucking epic. Man, that was awesome. I watched that in one sitting. It's like 3 hours long or 2.5 hours long or something. That was a great film. Fantastic film. And then after that, and these are all free on YouTube. I watched Cromwell, which was interesting because that time period is little. I studied it in history or in college and shit. But you if you don't read on that stuff, it just dribbles out your brain. But that was really good. It had I don't remember who the fuck it was. Was it Harris playing Cromwell? Oliver Cromwell, he beheads the king of England. Damn, that's a ballsy motherfucker. That was good. That was a really good. I enjoyed that. It wasn't as good as Waterloo, but it was a good one. All right, let's jump back into the. So we picked up the weird. We're not going to do World War One. I don't know. Let's. You know, you can use that for interwar. You know, a lot of the smaller belligerents just kept using their World War One infantry, Russian. Those white Russians, yeah, like Russian, German, M08. Yeah, pretty limited. Rome, and Baronsmore. So this last month, I watched all the Sharps episodes, and I watched all of Fantasy Range. That's always good for Weird World War II. I need to watch World War II. Got no fanfare. Oh, Diver, what's up, dude? It's going down, man. Richard Harris, that's it. Harris, yeah, it was Harris. That was a good fucking film, man. That was, you know, and again, it refreshed my knowledge about that time period, and I'm just like, that guy was so fucking ballsy just to cut the fucking King of England's head off, man. That's fucking, woo, man. That's amazing. But yeah, it's interesting. But let's see what their fantasy shit's got, because you know, fantasy can run into Weird World War II easy. Skeleton warriors. This looks like Greek skeletons, kind of like Harryhausen stuff. So in my Weird World War II, I'm trying to do. There's a term for it. God damn, I had that term. Like it's like the zeitgeist of a people at a time. It like creates. How would I use it? It's like, let's say Greece, like in 1940, right? Italians are attacking the Greeks, and the Greeks are really kicking the shit out of the Italians, and the Germans have to come down and save the Italians, right? So, but I'm thinking in my Weird World War II, can't remember the term, but like everything in Greece is going to be like kind of there's going to be like ancient Greek like monsters and like, you know, mythical shit, because it's like the history of that area, and it's like it's still the people in that area still hold like, you know, certain beliefs and whatnot. So, and that'll manifest certain like centaur and, you know, whatever Greek shit, you know, the Minotaurs and, you know, but, you know, that's what you could do here. You could have like the Greeks fighting the Germans in some fucking, you know, old Greek ruin. And then all of a sudden you got some old Greek soldiers pop up, you know, sized. So that's kind of cool. Those are pretty cool. Those look pretty. Those don't look bad. Let's see how many you get. You probably get 32. You know, that's not bad for some skelly warriors. But they're like pretty specific. They're Greek. I guess you can just not give them helmets and what do you call them? Shields, and just make them general fucking skeletons. Yeah, not bad. See what else we got. We got halfling militia. Giant spiders. You know, that's lizard man. Let's check out these lizard men. You can always have like, you know, lost world missions where the Jap their island campaigns, they come across some sort of those aren't bad. Those indigenous made guns, like those are pretty cool. I don't know. I've got a Lizard Man army for my Weird War II. I got free STLs of the old 40K Lizard Men. Someone just bootlegged it all, and I got it all. So you got the skink with the skinks and the Lizard Men warriors and all that shit. That's what I have for my Lost World Lizard Men dudes. But these look pretty cool. They and I guess these are all 28 mil guys. Again, I don't own any Wargames Atlantic stuff, so I can't tell you what the sizes are like. Most 28s are running. I don't know if they're like bolt action. They're not true 28s because that's closer to 25, but they're, the millimeter usually goes up to the eyes. I used to own a miniatures company, and trust me, my first two, I told the sculptor to I want them 28 millimeter, and he's like, do you want it like from the eyes or from the head? And he's like, and like a dumbass, I said a head, and so it becomes more 25 millimeter. So my first two sculpts are small, but I was lucky I was able to sell those sculpts to Brigade Games, Lon, before he hated me. Banned me from his store because his shipping is for shit. His communication is fucking for balls. So, anyways, he's a cool dude, though. Don't get me wrong. I like the guy, but his communication was shit. I let him know. All right, what we got here? We got some giant spiders. Just printed up a bunch of spider. I got like a Cthulhu cult. There's a god. One of the Cthulhu like old ones is like a spider guy. Like this one, like I got like some. Let's run over here so I can see where this is at. These are like this is like a victim being impregnated, and she's like webbed to the wall. And then there's like some more some victims in like cocoon, like they're wrapped up. Like spider webbed. It was pretty cool. I found a cool, and then I got some of these weird like polyhydrine, like they look like D20s, but they're really they're alien looking spiders. So I figured those would be great, Cthulhu-ish critters. So I got a couple of those. I found a like a temple, like a spider temple on cults for free. Need to print that up. I was going to use that as like some sort of weird Cthulhu cult, some mythos cult that someone runs into and got to kill them all off or whatever. But yeah, these are weird looking spiders. Yeah, they're spiders. There you go. 24 spiders. Nah, I'll pass on those. But I like the lizard man. Goblins. We got more. There's some skeleton cavalry, more Greekish shit. Oh, here we go. There's some werewolves. Werewolves is a big thing now with K47. I was talking to Tiki, and he was I guess he's doing some Spanish volunteer division, the blue division, whatever it is. And I was like, man, you need, they were talking about like how the Soviets got like the werebears and the Germans have the werewolves. I'm like, dude, you're fucking Italian. She's got minotaurs, right? Have the Minotaur or something like that. And he's like, yeah. So that's kind of cool. No. I like more human-y faces. I want dog faces. Dog face. Nah, I'll pass on those. Let's see. Guard. These are classic. Oh, here we go. Villagers. Some kind of villagers there. I play with a lot of civilians. And in fact, guys, if you ever watch any of our battle reports, or any field actually has like villagers in it, like civilians in it. So if in the game, Mel, wants to occupy the house, she's got to do something with the civilians, either blow them away or they gotta secure them or whatever. Because that's a whole level of wargaming that a lot of people don't mess with. You got to deal with the civilians in play. It makes it more challenging. Ooh, here's some satyrs. That's cool. They better be drunk as fuck. Come on. What the? Those look more like beastmen. Really gay. I'll pass on those. Not a big fan. They look kind of. No. Don't like it. Don't like it. I mean, that's some weird looking stuff right there, dude. What is that? I guess, no, those look more like beastmen than like the centaur or the satyrs that I'm used to. And they need a little shave action right there. Yeah, don't know if I like this. Pass on this. All right, so that was what we were in the fantasy. That was the fantasy range. Classic fantasy battles. I'm sure that's like small scale stuff, I would think. Or maybe not. Yeah, it is. It's like, I don't know. Dwarven host. Yeah, these are small scale, like 15s or 10s or something. Let's see what else we got. Sharp, classic, sci-fi ranges. Let's check them out. There's the core. I don't know why it's not letting me pick. I'm pushing the damn button on this fuck. The hell? Sci-fi range. Let me see if I can. Can't even right click. What the fuck? Oh no, it won't let me click on this fucker. I mean, this thing comes down, but it like, oh, here we go. It's working. Okay, the last. We don't want core. What is iron core? I don't know what that is. Looks like a. So this is like futuristic Valkyrie. Okay, so I've seen people use this stuff for like Weird War, like Germans, because I mean they kind of look Germany, heavy armor, or whatever. They got power armor on or something like that. So I guess if you're looking for some like German, those look like the Chigs. Remember the Chigs from Space Above and Beyond? That looks exactly like a Chig helmet right there. I got a bunch of STLs for those, man. I found the landing shuttles they have from the movie, all STLs. That's pretty cool. I was thinking about doing like a Space Above and Beyond, but shit, I got so much other bullshit. These are kind of cool. I mean, I don't know. You got the Chig helmets, and then they got kind of like a Hellgast helmet, like Warzone. Warzone was awesome, guys. I don't know if you guys ever played Warzone. It's a Sony game, so it was like on PlayStation. And so I guess these are just some more dudes and dudettes. Yeah, I guess so. Those would work for your power armor. I want to say at one time they had like a Stug, like tank, like a hover tank for this, but I haven't seen it on the site. Yeah, so there's something I-Core. That's something you could use for your Weird War German. We checked out Pulp Adventures. That was all fucking like modern day stuff. Reptilian overlords. Oh shit. packet of shit that I've seen a lot of people using proxy wise for K-47. They're using these for like the Americans. What the fuck were they called? The Patriots, or like they're super soldier guys. I guess these are basically like a proxy for Catachin jungle fighters, for probably what these are originally meant to be. They like duck though. That's what I heard. They like to. I don't know about the weapons. I mean, you're gonna have to. I mean, the guys I see playing with those weapons, but I'd have to stick like Thompson on it, or this guy's got a Browning or something. So I don't know, but those will work in a pinch. And that's reptilian overlords. That's a weird category for those guys. Aren't even reptilian. Remember reading it wrong. The Last War, that is. Zombies, werewolves, German infantry. So this is just kind of a hodgepodge and World War One ranges. Let's check out these zombies real quick. I'm just curious. See if they're usable, like generic to where you can use them for. Let's see what they got. Okay, I'm pushing buttons. There we go. Okay, so this does not look like here, or maybe, yeah. There we go. Okay, here's your general. I guess you can make him up however you want. That looks pretty cool. Let's see what they got. So, okay, so yeah, I guess they're generic enough to, yeah, those would work. They all look like little babies with a little tooth. Not bad for a pinch if you need some zombies, I guess, But then here, I guess there's a Roman. There's like there's a German with a German helmet. It looks like maybe a French helmet back there. I don't know. If you need zombies, they're $45 for how many you get? You get 30. I don't know. I guess that's okay. I don't know. I don't know retail it. Diver, you buy retail. Is that a good price? $45 for 30 zombies? Shadow, what's up, buddy? Yeah, it was like no reptilian or overlordy. That's true. I don't know. Maybe they got plans. There's plans within plans with that one. So you just have to wait for the last war. Bleh. People to fight another. I guess some of this stuff is. I'll be honest with you guys. This is cool stuff if you're not exposed to 3D printing shit. I'm telling you. Wring everybody's neck who don't have a 3D printer yet. You got to get one. It's cheap and it's good. It's not like it's shitty. When you print it up, it's shitty or base or something. They're fucking phenomenal. A lot of that stuff is great. Nerd stuff is. I mean, if you played World War II, you just need to be pals with Nerd, and you got every fucking vehicle you would ever want for your World War II or K-47. Damn. Okay, where are we going here? Let's see what. I think we're almost done with all their lines. Was there another? The Trench Wars. Let's see what that is. I guess that's that. I guess Trench Crusade went tits up. I guess they got greedy and they reneged on everything they said they were going to do. I'm only hearing from the peripheral. But they got, so there's something here. What we got here? Six or Protestant or who knows? What is that thing? I don't know. Pass. That's a hard pass. Nope, not my thing. Not my thing. Baron's War, that's going to be kind of. I mean, you guys can get like Napoleonics and English Civil War, or, whatever. And just, I paint up, I have like small little units of like medieval and, Roman and Greek, whatever. But I paint them up as ghosts. So they're like, like maybe a necromancer, like a French necromancer, a French whatever, occultist rises up, a unit of fucking, lancers, and you got a fucking unit of, Napoleonic lancers running at you, ghosts or whatever. But that's cool. That's cool. But not full armies. I don't think I would use. I guess there's a bunch of. No, that's not what. This is out of our death fields. You said something about the death fields, nerd. Let's see what this shit is. Okay, let's see here. So this is more like different, like maybe like unique guard units. Well, maybe not. It looks like some more of those, like, oorah! There you go, nerd. The oorahs. Let's see what we got here. All right, yeah. So this is more like sci-fi. This is like shit, which is fine. Like fear helmets or whatever. Want a unique 40K army? There you go. For Weird WWII. Hell, it's weird. It's however you want these guys. These look like what are the death the Perry twins did them. The Iron Legion. They kind of look like Iron Legion guys. Those are pretty cool. Again, want a third, if you want a third party army in your Weird WWII, you can say these guys are, you can pick these guys up as Hydra or some shit. Hyde army. So I don't know what this is. These are like Colonial Marines, maybe. Looks like it. Yeah. You got some sneak feet. So there's your halfling snipers from 40K back in the day. Yeah, this is more fantasy stuff. Cannon fodder females. Uh-oh. Harvesters. What are these? I'm always down for monsters. You go ape shit on door and looking all these critters start piling out. Those are kind of cool. Just your generic kind of bug monster. We got little ones. We got big ones. Yeah, those are pretty cool. Like Tyranidish kind of stuff. You could use that for almost anything. All right, guys. I think that's about it. I think we went through most of their stuff. All right, so my take. Let me get out of here. Get back to the. Oh yeah, the cogs K47, yeah, or AT43, yeah. I like the black like weird alien ones. remember the main bad guy. I don't know if they're bad guys or not, to be honest with you. The guys with the big, like, cool walkers, the big black. They almost look like Black Widows almost. That was a cool line. All right, let's check out the combo Steel Legion. That's it, yeah. Hey, Brian, what's up, buddy? I'm telling you. So HS, just go to there's I mean, I get it. You don't have a printer or whatever, but there's a lot of the dust stuff is in STL form now. So I mean, even the big fucking, like, what's his face? I think Romanoff did the big, like, Japanese robots. Remember the big, like, whatever, the mech robots that came out right before dust went up. But and he's got it all. You can check that shit out. But yeah, I got most of the dust stuff. I'll show you. Like, so you guys can even see that. Oh, it's it's fucking blurry. But anyway, that bottom row is all dust shit. There's the the coffin box, dust tactics, and all the expansions and the rule books in the middle. And I don't know why this isn't fucking. I don't know why this isn't like zooming in. Damn it. Damn it. Hold on a second, guys. There we go. Get rid of that thing. Anywho, that's all my dust stuff. Like, just the game stuff. And, all that shit are vehicles and mechs and all sorts of shit. And a bunch of my rule books are down here. This is all my fucking handwritten bullshit for my game I'm doing. So, yeah. But yeah, dust stuff is epic, man. It's really great stuff. Let's see. What colors do you use to make things look ghostly? I'll be honest with you guys. I just paint my shit white. I mean, just like white. I think it looks cool. It's such a contrast on the battlefield that you definitely can tell they're fucking ghosts. But I know a lot of people paint them blue with like kind of like a lighter blue highlight on top of them or whatever. But these are ghosts. I mean, I've never seen a ghost in real life, so I don't know. But I just assume white, ghostly. There you go. HS gave you some ideas. Oh, there you go. That's a good idea. Clear resin for your ghost. That's a good idea, nerd. I never thought of that. CP Minis. That sounds familiar. CP Minis. Good alien selections. Therians. Oh, that's right. That's right. The Therians. Biohazard Dudes is the GOAT for dust models. Oh, yeah. Romanovich models. Oh, really? Some of the details are piss poor since his 3D scanner couldn't get in the nooks. Oh, yeah. I've seen a couple of the. I don't know why this thing is fucking fuzzy now. I need to invest in some tech. God dang it, it's just like, ugh. Anyway, yeah. I've noticed some of the stuff. It's kind of like just bubbly and like the detail isn't quite there. But yeah. 6 mil going small to fit more shit. What is this? Where did this come from? Hold on, this thing popped up, whatever that is. There we go. Look at my ugly mug. Let's see. Yeah, I meant. Oh yeah, Paolo's a great guy. I've talked to him several times too, and very personable dude. Just like a normal guy, In fact, I talked to him about a month before, maybe a couple months before it went up, and he had told me that he got stuck in, like, he lives in China. His wife and he lives in China, and he was out of the country when COVID hit, and he got stuck in like fucking Thailand or in Indonesia or somewhere, but he got stuck there for like a fucking year. And he couldn't get back because they closed all the fucking borders, and he couldn't get home. And he was talking about, I guess, now that it's, he was telling me that the company was getting hit because he couldn't get back, and just all the crazy shit that was happening, and prices. I mean, but anyway, great guy. If you guys ever get a chance to see him, give him, if he's ever at a convention or some shit, definitely give him, if you can talk to him. He's a fucking cool dude. Great, phenomenal artist too. Fantastic artist. But okay, so my overall opinion of Warlord, or was it Warlord? Fuck, did I just know it's a Wargames Atlantic. Wargames Atlantic. I don't know, guys. I seriously, you can get almost all that shit that they're selling, as an STL, real fucking cheap, if not for free. Again, I'm first a gamer, guys, and I love all you fucking Weird War weirdos, and I want you guys to get the maximum fucking worth of your money, right? So I cannot just get a 3D printer. Stop spending shit tons of money. Is that going to put these businesses out of business? I mean, way. But maximum fucking gaming for the money, and that's what I'm about. Me personally, I probably wouldn't buy anything from them because I can just get it on Colts for free. But if you don't have access to a printer or whatever, it has some cool stuff, some proxy stuff, some, if you don't want to dump the money, maybe getting the Warlord stuff, the Power Armor, like German guys, you can use that, and you can use, proxy. So I guess it's pretty good for just having lines that have some different shit, but price wise, and just go to Colts, man. You can just get everything for free there. But let's see. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, dude, he was so personable. He's a cool dude. Oh yeah, he was like, he has no qualms about the reality of his stuff, and he knows that people are gonna once it was done, he sold the IP. I mean, well, cool mini or not, they bought the IP up for it, and their initial, before they went stupid, I was not impressed. Those minis, not impressed. They didn't look like Southern California World War II characters, like modern Southern California look, but in World War II. I don't know. Didn't like it. Wasn't impressed. But and it looks like they probably won't do anything, but they'll probably sell that IP. I would hope they would sell it because I mean they're having financial problems anyway. I'm sure they're trying to sell whatever they can. I would think they would sell that because they haven't done anything with it. But whatever. But Dust was great. Models, I mean, the mechs were the best in the business. I know that originally AT-43 was going to be like the World War II, as alternative timeline 43. I think is what it initially was going to be, but I guess the problematic with fucking whatever goddamn what it was, so they just or whoever backed them wanted a sci-fi version or something, and that's the AT-43 kicked off as like a sci-fi game instead of like a Weird World War II game. So it took a bit before he could get his World War II vision out at K-47 or Dust. I'm like brain fried. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he's great, man. I mean, all of his stuff, all that stuff was fantastic. The Dust stuff. Yeah, casting Napoleonics in chocolate was a pretty bad idea. Yeah. You know, it's like at one time I had like 15 mils and I had, 28s and 20s. I had 20 mils for certain. I just too much shit. If I could start over, I would probably start at a smaller scale. I'd probably do 15s or 20s just because just the storing of it all. But it's not as cool. It doesn't look as cool on the battlefield, but whatever. Yeah, Catharsis 46. We did I did a one of these showcases for their stuff, and that stuff looks phenomenal. I know that the guys who are doing it are big Dust fans, and I think they really wanted to kind of stay in that feel, the Dust kind of feel, the design and whatever, which is heavy World War II historical. That's just I mean, Dust mechs are the best, dude. And when I look at a Dust mech, most of them, I think that that's an actual mech that could probably be in the World War II, time frame, in a Weird World War II setting or whatever. It just looks like it's World War II. Like, I'll be honest with you, a lot of the Warlord stuff, I like the American stuff. The kind of like the old Dreadnought looking guys, those look cool. But like the German, I don't know, most of it's kind of dumb looking. Yeah, the infantry looked fucking awesome. Those German like troops look badass. Did you see Mr. K came out with a whole like was it naval infantry or naval garrison infantry? Man, that looks fucking. And he's got some like kind of like almost like motorcycle walkers, dude. Those look awesome. Those look fantastic. I should look that shit up, but yeah, lots of cool stuff, and like I like doing this because it gives us all ideas, what's out there, prices, and because just because I don't like it doesn't mean you won't. I mean, HS, you might love those fucking Satyrs or some shit, but now you've seen them, so you can say yeah or nay, yay or nay or whatever, but give Wargames Atlantic a little exposure. Again, I'm not really impressed with a lot of it or most of it, but it doesn't mean it's not good. Someone else doesn't want it, but it's just not my thing. But yeah, those hover bikes look sweet. What do they call them? Like the name was kind of dumb. The hover bike was like the Baltimore or some weird shit like that. It was had a weird name to it. I can't remember what they called it. But and we were like saying like, yeah, it should be called the Detroit for Baltimore. I don't know what it was. They had named it like a kind of a weird name to it. But it was pretty cool. But yeah, that stuff looks fantastic. I have to find it. I don't remember the guy. I think it's called Lost Division or Lost Battalion, maybe, but this guy does. I've written this motherfucker for years, and he does Weird World War II. They're not really Weird World War II, but he does like modified versions of World War II vehicles, right? And he makes a Sherman assault gun kit. It's like a Sherman, but it's a Stug. It's like an assault gun. It doesn't have a turret. It's got the guns in the fucking hull, and it looks epic. I mean, it looks fucking phenomenal. And I'm like, dude. And he sells all this shit in 135 scale, right? So he's like a model, like he's a modeler. 135 is modeling display scale or whatever. But I keep telling him, I go, look, dude, if you make that 148 or 156 or even an STL, you'd have that cross fucking hobby. You'd have like, your 135 model builders, and then you'd have your fucking war gamers. And the cool thing about war gamers is they'll buy more than one. They'll if they want, if you're only selling them in kits, shit, I'd probably buy 2 of those assault Shermans just because they look cool as shit. But he just like, well, something to think about in the future. I'm like, all right, dude, I'm just trying to give you a heads up. I mean, Whatever. Honey, is that what it was? The Honeybird? Maybe that was. It's kind of weird. The mobile Jaeger look cool. Which one are those? I don't remember the mobile Jaegers. Are those the jump pack guys? I don't know, man. I've been watching. It's cool that K47 is kind of clicking right now. Hopefully, it keeps the energy keeps going. But there's a few sites that are doing the regular battle reports. But the line isn't. We went through the line a couple weeks ago, and it's really not. I guess there's a lot too, but there's not like a lot of variety, and it just seems like these battle reports just have the same fucking units because it's just what the units that are available. It's just like the starter kits, and that's all we're seeing really is just the starter kits. But whatever. The Boston Vultures. That's right. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, yeah, because that's more the mobile Jaeger. That's more like it almost looks like it's like a dude in it's almost like a big suit. It's not like you said like a tank walker. It's not like a vehicle walker. It's more like a suit, a mech suit walker. But yeah, I get you. I like the big tank things too. That's cool. I'm telling you, HS, especially now, it's like if Tamiya sold STLs of their shit. Can you imagine that? Dude, everybody would be buying fucking Tamiya STLs. Making them bigger, making them small. However the fuck. They got to do something, man, because I heard Airfix is like spiraling down. A lot of the model companies. I mean, how are they making this money when we can we can download a fucking the Sherman on on an STL and just paint that instead of putting it together. And I don't know, whatever. I mean, I get it. That's part of it. The hobby is putting it together and all that stuff. But I don't know. These dinosaurs are gonna have to fucking come up with new ways to market their stuff because there's a huge the Wargamer. My God, if they just got into the wargaming, just like, hey, if you want this, do it in 156, that lame ass scale. But everybody uses that. But start having 156 scale shit, and everybody will be buying. They're not gonna be buying that fucking Warlord crap. They'll be buying like Tamiya badass fucking kit at 156 scale. They can use it. I mean, they got 148. That's what I would use anyway. But you got the guys that don't really. They just assume that's the scale because they're new to it, which is fine. But yeah, I mean, and shit, the Japanese. It's funny. They got so much shit. There's so many small companies making weird shit in Japan. It's just getting exposed to it and using just finding it and using it for your gaming. Like Gundam, man. You could go crazy on Gundam. Just use a bunch of mechs, pick a mech, belligerent, and say these are Japanese mechs now for your shit. So and those Gundam kits are fun to put together. Holy shit, they're it's like a toy. It's awesome. But I don't know. Well, I'm just rambling. So I'm glad you guys came by. So to recap, we checked out Wargames Atlantic stuff. I thought it was bigger than it was. I guess there's a bunch of shit, but I mean World War II wise, maybe some of the fantasy wise, there's not too much there. But again, if you're looking for proxies for shit, that's probably a good place to go. They don't have a whole lot of different stuff the unique stuff. Again, they got something like the German. I guess you can go German Weird War with some of their stuff there. So yeah. Oh hell, dude! I used to back. So I'm from Texas, and up in Dallas, there was a model convention every fucking year, and it was fucking hundreds of thousands of kids just fucking everywhere. And this was when like the garage kit guys, that they're doing the vacuum stuff, and they would bring all this, and you're walking in, and you're like, what is this shit? It's amazing. It's like, oh yeah, I just designed it, and this is some of that garage kit stuff was fucking epic. I've got I remember I bought the War of the Worlds, the 1950s movie alien ship. That was a garage kit. That was a vacuum form. It was just fucking like 3 pieces. You just kind of all hollow and stuff. It's crazy. But yeah, good times. Different times now. I just walked. It's almost like when I go to Colts and I just plug in something. I look at the hundreds of fucking entries. It's almost like that going to that convention, because it's just like all this stuff. It's just amazing. And these guys who do this stuff, they just make this stuff like they're just awesome at it, and they just make silly shit. Like I saw, like a space marine, that like a Trump space marine, or then you got like I don't know, just crazy shit, and you're like, dude, I gotta have that. That's cool. That's pretty neat. But oh yeah, the DAX stuff. Oh yeah, that stuff was awesome. It's so weird because I remember seeing that stuff when I was a kid in the model shops. I just, what is this? Is this like a movie? Is this a video game? But it's just that guy's thing. I want to say there might have been some comic book novels or something that he did, or maybe not. Maybe it was after he had created that shit. But those were great kits, man. Yeah, the Machine Krieger stuff. Those are great kits. Weird. Some of those kits were really strange. They were expensive as hell, though. My God. I couldn't get any because they're just too damn expensive. But yeah, those are some great kits. But I remember, shit, this was 10 years ago. I remember some company had made 1/48 scale, like just like just the dudes in the armor, just like the armor comes up and there's a pilot inside. That kind of, I can't remember what the fucking kit was called, but some company came out with like 1/48 scale, just like they're pre-made one piece. You could move them around. Shit, I remember all the Weird WWII guys at the time were buying those for like, because there wasn't any like mechs, or this was before Dust was around, or maybe right when Dust was coming into play. But yeah, everybody and their brother were buying those fucking things. They got the little jet packs on the back of them and stuff, and everybody was loving that stuff. But I don't know. I had bought a couple too. I think I gave them away though. But all right, guys. Again, if you are looking for some proxy shit for 40K, definitely go to Wargames Atlantic. They got some. If you're into modern pulp, like fucking whatever, near future stuff, civilians with guns, some zombies, go to Wargames Atlantic. Not a lot of Weird War there. Not a lot of World War II, to be honest with you. They had some. I like the Resistance, and I like the French. Those are pretty cool kits. Wasn't sure about the Italian stuff. Wasn't really impressed with those. But go give Wargames Atlantic a check out. See if there's anything you dig. If you dig some of their stuff, give them some love. Send them some money. Get some of their product. I think I'm gonna be doing shit on my table here probably tomorrow. I got a bunch of shit I'm printing up right now. Bunch of French, early war French, yeah, or interwar French, I should say, because we're gonna be throwing down in French Indochina soon. You need sci-fi terrain. What? There's all sorts of sci-fi terrain out there. I'm telling you, Shadow, get yourself a 3D printer and just go to Colts. Everything you could possibly imagine is there for free, if not super cheap. I'm telling you, you should be printing constantly. You won't be on YouTube anymore. You'll just be too busy printing shit. Maybe you shouldn't, dude, because it's like a drug. It really is, man. I got So much shit. I need to paint. I need to stop printing. I need to paint. But all right, guys. HS, always a pleasure. Shadow, always a pleasure, brother. Love all you guys. Love you, nerd. Brian, thanks for swinging by. Who else we got in the mix here? I thought it was even Diver came by. Glad you came by, Diver. Yeah, you know, it's funny. That's one thing that I do wish I had is some sort of interior scenery, like a modular kind of thing where you could do like, you know, houses, or you could do like big house, like mansions, or like laboratories, or you know, warehouses or whatever, in like almost like but like modular. But yeah. All right, guys. Until the next time, whatever you do in this crazy mixed up world, you keep it weird. All right, guys. I'll catch you.